People's still on the bottom. Score is still 4-2 as 1 minute works its way down in the third and final round. Peoples just barely has a 2-point lead, so we really need him to get going here. Wrestlers start working their way out of bounds. Peoples trying to get the 1-point escape, and now does. So that's going to put the score at 5-2 with 44 seconds left. Peoples shoots in, tries to get a single leg. Does the ankle pick, gets the leg up, chops the leg, but is not able to get the 2 points before they end up going out of bounds. Ref's going to stop him and bring him back to the center. That's how they're going to start with 30 seconds left. Berman is able to get Peoples in a headlock. He has the head, he has the arm, he puts people on his back. He's going to score 2 near fall points. That's going to put the score at 6-5. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet with 15 seconds left, but they're going to end up going out of bounds. And I think they gave, let's see, the score's going to be 6-4 with 13 seconds left in the final round. So Peoples, they start on their feet. It looks like they gave him an escape instead of a reversal. So score is 6-4 with 5 seconds left. Berman trying to do the headlock and get a takedown. But they're going to go out of bounds. Ref's going to stop them and say, we did not have the control before we go out of bounds. Coach wants to say, hey, he had the control before they went out of bounds. I agree with the ref. He did not have the control. There was some, he was behind him. But I do not believe he had the control. So with 1.3 seconds on the clock, the referees are going to talk about it. I know the coach said, hey, I want the 2 points because Berman did take him down. I didn't see it. Berman did not have full control to score the 2 points. So if it's up to me, I'm going to say it stands as it is with Peoples ahead 6-4 with 1.3 seconds left. Ref's going to say call stands as it is. Nope. Ref's going to say, hey, there was a 2-point takedown, so now the score is tied at 6 with 1.3. So Peoples has got to get up, and it's not going to happen, so that's going to put us into an overtime match. Peoples just needed to maintain that control for a couple more seconds, and he would have had it. We're going to start overtime. I don't know. I think it's a 1 minute, but I don't know if it's sudden death as well. We'll find out as soon as we see any points scored. Berman shoots in for the single, and he's going to get it, and that'll do it. Berman is going to defeat Peoples in a sudden death overtime match. So Peoples just got a little sloppy there in the last 10 seconds and 20 seconds of overtime. Other than that, Peoples had it, so he will finish in the second place. In the next weight bound class, we're going to watch at 113. We're going to watch Bryce Pulver wrestling Peyton Red from Logan. This should be another good match. Bryce Pulver, Peyton Red. Pulver came in the number 1 spot. Red came in number 2. So that's how we're going to start with both of these guys neutral. Pulver shoots in. Red shoots in. Tries to get the double leg. Pulver does a good job getting his arms down there, stretching out. Counter moves. Pulver still stretching out, staying in good shape. And tries to do a roll. It's kind of a reverse armbar roll. He puts Red on his back. Ref's down taking a look. And Pulver is sucking it up, and he's going to pin him. Pulver is going to pin Peyton Red in 30 seconds. Bryce Pulver with an amazing pin there from a standing position. So that's impressive. We are going to watch a couple of non-South Summit wrestlers here, so I'm going to tune out for just a second. You're watching it live on TV. That is Daxton Bingham from Bear River. He is wrestling Parker Bowen from Pleasant Grove. Both of these kids have some pretty amazing records, so it might be a good match. So we'll see how that plays out. we're going to be coming back for Zane Winter here in just a second, so stay tuned.
Daxton Bingham is the son of Chuck and Jessica Bingham. He wrestles because it makes everything else in life easy. He loves to play football. He loves to show lambs and play lacrosse. He has a 4.0 grade point average. Parker Bowen is the son of Jill and Brian Bowen. He wrestles because he loves the hard work and he loves the sport. He loves lifting, playing sports, playing games with his family.
Okay, still watching these wrestlers go at it. Bingham from Bear River, Bowen from Pleasant Grove. I want to catch you up on some team scores. I'm going to see if they have those updated. It looks like, as I go through here, I'm looking on track wrestling. Okay, I'll search up South Summit on track wrestling. And it has brackets, it has team scores, it has everything you need to know. Track wrestling. Entering the second round in this match between Pleasant Grove and Bear River. Okay, we're able to pull up the team scores. It looks like Pleasant Grove is in first place with 248 points. South Summit is in second place with 214. Altamont is in third place with 161. Then you get down to, let's see, I don't think this is, oh, yep, it is. Today's score, today's wrestling match, 128-23. At 5:53 p.m. So yeah, those are the current scores. Oh, no, sorry. I gave you some bad information. So that was from 2011. We go back to track wrestling, and it looks like when I did the search, I did not put a capital S, and so that's going to show something different than we wanted to. I'm going to type in high country and see if that gives me the correct one. I'm going to search that up while I'm doing that. Still waiting for this wrestling match between Pleasant Grove and Bear River to continue on. Okay. now we have an updated bracket. We have South Summit in first place with 274. Bear River in second place with 191. Timpanogos in third with 146. Wasatch in fourth with 136. Pleasant Grove at 133. Logan at 126. Park City at 67. And Summit Academy at 65. And it looks like on the girls' team scores, Pleasant Grove will win that with 83, Logan girls at 45, Park City girls at 28, South Summit girls at 18, and Ben Lomond girls at 14. So team scores looking good for South Summit and the boys. The girls' team is up and coming. So we expect a lot more exciting things from them. Looks like we're getting down to about a minute left in this Pleasant Grove Bear River match. So once that's over, we're going to watch Winters. He'll be our next South Summit wrestler. Just as we predicted, this wrestling match here going on right now, the Pleasant Grove and Bear River wrestling match. Scores tied 3-3 with 50 seconds left. It has been a tight match. It's been back and forth. They end up going out of bounds with 50 seconds left. And the ref will start them with, it looks like, Bingham from Bear River on the bottom, Bear and Pleasant Grove on top. Tied at 3, 49 seconds left. No points scored at 40 seconds left as they get out of bounds. Still tied at 3 with 25 seconds left. It looks like we're getting near an escape, and they just did. So the Bear River wrestler did get his 1-point escape with about 15 seconds left. That gives him a 1-point lead. All he's got to do is really stall it out, and that will end this match. Coming up next for South Summit, Zane Winter. He was the first seed coming in with a record of 30-8. He is a freshman. He's going to be wrestling Keaton Smith, who's a sophomore from Bear River. He has a record of 19-12.
Now wrestling at 126 pounds.
That
From
will
Bear River High School, Keaton Smith.
put us in Keaton Smith and South Summit.
Zane Winter.
Looking forward to this match. Ref brings him to the center. He starts him out neutral. Both these guys, like I said throughout some of our broadcasts, these lighter weight classes, they get a little more active. They get a lot more daring in their earlier moments of the round. They are a lot more aggressive. You know, the heavier weight classes, a little bit more reserved. Usually these lighter weight classes are your younger kids, your freshmen, your sophomores. They don't have the experience that the juniors and seniors have. Always good wrestling, but two very different forms of wrestling. As you can see here, Zane Winter, Smith, both of these guys have the basics down. Smith is in for a single leg. Winter trying to counter that. Has the waist, not sure how to get around and how to get out of that. Trying to crawl his way. As long as he keeps a hold of that ankle, he's in good shape. Once Smith clears his head, Smith is going to get the 2-point takedown. Referee signals that neither wrestler has scored. Winter doing a good job. As long as he has that leg, Smith almost had the takedown. Now Winter's going for a cradle. He gets the arm and the leg. He's able to get the 2-point takedown. He almost had some near fall points. But once Smith gave up on that leg and Winter had the cradle, it was all over. There was, Zane is able to put him in a cradle. He's able to put him on his back. Zane getting a little bit out of shape. He just doesn't have him where he wants to. He needs to clear that shoulder before he tries to put him on his back. Zane really getting out of position now. All Smith has to do is clear his head, and he'll get either a reversal or a 1-point escape, which he does. Smith gets the 1-point escape. If you're going to go with the cradle that Zane had, you have to clear the shoulder. Able to score some points, but not enough. Score is 2-1 at the end of the first period. Zane Winter, Smith from Bear River. Zane wins the toss. He's going to defer to the second round. Smith, he is going to choose to start the second round down. He'll take his spot on the bottom. Zane will take his spot on top, and that's how they'll start the second round. Smith not doing a lot. Zane not able to counter much. It's tough to start on that top position. Zane doing a tight waist, does the elbow chop. Smith tries to set out. Can't quite get around to grab a leg. Zane doing a good job of keeping good position right behind him. Smith goes back to his hands and knees. Zane follows him right up, keeps his weight on him. Working that single arm bar. He has the arm bar. He has it locked. Trying to work that other one. Smith able to get the bar free. Zane now with a frustration crossface. Trying to work the half Nelson. Tight waist half Nelson combo. Smith just doing a good job of standing on his hands and knees and essentially stalling. 1 minute left in the second period. Score is still 2-1. This is still a 1-point wrestling match. Zane now getting him broke down flat where he can do something. Starts working on those arms. Getting a little bit out of position. You can see him getting a little frustrated. He allows Smith to get back to his hands and knees. He drops back to that tight waist, covers the elbow. Smith can't do a lot as long as Zane keeps that elbow and that tight waist on him. But Zane can't do a lot either. With Zane can't do a lot with Smith stretched out like that. So now trying to do a half Nelson with from a 4-point stance, going to be tough to do. He backs out of it, comes back around behind him. Smith kind of doing a set out. Maybe looking for a reversal if he can get the leg looped. Zane getting a little bit out of position. Now he gets back behind him where he needs to be. Still riding him a little high. But I think Smith is kind of working that, trying to score some points before this second period runs out. But that's how it's going to run out. Second period ends. Score is still 2-1. We are going to start the third round with a 1-point match. Smartest thing I've ever seen here. Zane is going to start the third round down. I say this every time. Bottom is the best place to start score points. Zane goes to his feet, turns around, faces him. He is not able to get the 1-point escape because Smith is able to keep a hold of the legs. Now Smith still has a hold of the legs. Zane's not able to get the 1-point escape. He was 90% there on his stand-up, but he didn't have it. Now he's working towards a reversal, but Smith still maintains control on the top position with 30 seconds gone in the third round. Zane's still trying to get to his feet. He has that reverse tight waist, and I think he's going to try to put him on his back, but he can't, as Smith now gets around behind him, stays on top, maintains control, breaks the arm down. Zane really needing to get going as he has lost 45 seconds trying to get that escape. Now he does. He gets to his feet, gets the 1-point escape. That's going to put the score at 3-1 with 1 minute left. Smith shoots in. Zane does a good job getting those arms in there, stretching back. Both wrestlers on their feet, neutral. 50 seconds left in the third and final period. Scores 3-1 with Zane winner. Smith shoots in for the single. Zane does a good job, gets his hands in there, stretches out. Smith working that upper body. He's got to get around behind him to get that 2-point. He does not have control. He doesn't have the takedown. If he can get this another 2 points with this last 30 seconds, that would be a big safety blanket for him. Ref's going to stop him for stalling. He's given them both a warning. No points scored because both wrestlers are stalling. He brings them back to the center, neutral position, starts the final 30 seconds there. Smith shoots in. Zane does a good job getting those arms down inside, blocking. Smith can't get the single. Zane now needs to try to figure out how to get around behind him. 15 seconds left with a 2-point lead. Zane still working around, keeps that head driven down in the mat. Zane really just needs to not make a mistake now with 5 seconds left. And that's how it's going to end. Zane Smith is going to win with a score of 3-1. So he will end up in the first place with a decision.
High School, Zane Winter. Now wrestling at 132 pounds. From Bear River High School, Max Miller. From Tupacabas High School, Stratton Lewis.
Miller from Bear River High School, Stratton Lewis from Timpview is going to wrestle at 132-pound class. The South Summit wrestler in this weight class was, as I'm scrolling here through the brackets, Michael Nicholson. He came in with an 0-2 record. He had to bye the first round. He lost his second round. Went over here for his third round, and it looks like he lost that round to Harris of Bear River. So, no South Summit wrestler in the 132-pound weight class. Next South Summit wrestler we're going to watch is going to be Brandon Mora. He's at the 138-pound weight class, and we'll have more on him once we get to that point. So we're going to go ahead and watch this Bear River Bear River Timpview match, and we'll pop back in just a second.
Stratton Lewis is the son of James and Maddie Lewis. Max Miller is the son of Todd and Caleb Miller. He loves to wrestle because it pushes him more than any other sport. winner at 132 pounds from Bear River High School, Max Miller.
Okay, Bear River won that match at 132 pounds. That was Max Miller from Bear River and Lewis from Tinky. Right now we are going to watch Jackson. Oh, sorry, not Jackson. It looked like Isaac Dickinson in seat number 4, wrestling Brandon Mora, seat number 3. So should be a good match. Both of these wrestlers coming in here in not the first and second place seats. So we're gonna have a good wrestling match. It looks like the first and second place seed wrestled for third and fourth. So Mora and Dickinson both here. Dickinson shoots in. Mora gets his arms down in there, stretches out. Doesn't allow anything to happen. Both wrestlers still on their feet, still neutral. Mora kind of shoots in, tries to see what he can do. Can't do much. Ref's going to stop the match since Dickinson's headgear came off. He'll bring him back to the center, start him neutral. 1:30 left in the first period, no points being scored.
He wrestles because he was inspired by his older brothers.
The on-court announcer doing a little bit of history on both of these wrestlers.
He loves playing sports and hanging out with his friends.
Both wrestlers still neutral as this clicks down to 1 minute in the first round. Expecting to see Brandon Mora start picking things up here. Shoots in, gets the single, pulling the leg up. Dickinson trying to keep his hands locked so he can't score the point. All Mora needs to do is clear his head, and he'll have the 2-point takedown. He needs to do that with 40 seconds left. Still has the legs, still trying to pick up. Dickinson keeps a hold of the waist. Mora still trying to get that 2-point. Dickinson looks up at the clock to see how long he can hold this off. I don't think he can hold it off very long. Mora just has to clear his head and he can have the 2 points. Ref signaling that neither wrestler is in control, and you can kind of see that they're almost in a stalemate. So Brandon Mora, he needs to figure out something, and now he does. He comes out from behind and is able to get the 2-point takedown now. So just working his way through there. It wasn't really a move. It was more of capitalizing on a mistake. First period comes to an end with the score of 2-0 for Brandon Mora. Ref's going to toss the coin. Mora's going to win. He's going to defer. Dixon is going to take his spot on the bottom. That's how he'll start the second round. The score is still 2-0 for Brandon Mora. Dickinson on the bottom. Brandon covers the navel, covers the elbow. Ref blows the whistle. Dickinson tries to stand up. Mora stays right behind him, puts on a tight waist, keeps control of the arm, rolls right around and stays behind him. Brandon getting a little bit out of shape now, and then that allows Dickinson to get the 1-point escape. Score is going to be 2-1. And you just saw how Brandon just very quickly got out of shape, and Dickinson picked up on it. That's going to come into play later in this match. Both wrestlers still neutral on their feet. Brandon kind of shooting in, kind of feeling out. Oh, tries an ankle pick and just barely misses it. If he could have grabbed that ankle, that would have been another 2 points. Both wrestlers still on their feet, still neutral. Dickinson tries to shoot in. Brandon gets up underneath him, tries to do a throw. Can't do it. He just had to finish following through. I think Brandon thought he was going off the mat, so he kind of held up a little. And now both wrestlers are still neutral with no point score. Brandon tries to do a head chuck. Doesn't go anywhere. Dickinson now getting to his feet. 50 seconds left in the second round. Both wrestlers break up, get on their feet, come back to the center. Sometimes it's about mistakes. Sometimes it's about making moves. Both guys still neutral, still headlock. Dickinson trying to do a elbow drag and get around behind him. Starts locking up the arm. Mora does a great steps through, tries to do an ankle kick, but he doesn't follow through, and Dickinson is able to get a 2-point takedown. That puts Dickinson in lead now by a score of 3-2 with 10 seconds left in the second period. Brandon Mora on the bottom, Dickinson on top. 5 seconds left in the second period, and that's how it's going to end here at the second period. Brandon Mora needs to make up a point. Brandon now gets to choose how he wants to start the third round. He's going to start the third round on the bottom. Excellent choice. This is where you can score 2 points fast. You can score 1 point really fast. Always easier to score from the bottom. Brandon takes his place on the bottom. Oh, and Brandon anticipated that whistle blow because Dickinson came down, put his hand on the navel, didn't quite have it on the elbow. The ref hesitated before he blew the whistle, and Brandon jumped. So ref said, hey, that's a warning. Now the ref blows the whistle, and that starts that wrestling for the third round. Brandon Mora is behind by 1 point, so he's really got to be proactive here going through the third round. He does look a little winded. Dickinson on top, trying to work that upper body. Not really staying in good position, so I'm hoping Brandon picks up on that. Brandon trying to go to his feet. Tries to drop down into a set out. Can't do it. Dickinson keeps both arms. Brandon has to go back to his hands and knees. Dickinson now working the upper body, getting sideways, trying to work for a cradle. Has the crossbody ride, has the leg looped. Working the cradle on the other side. And this is going to take a lot of energy out of Brandon. He really needed to score some points here quick. Now Dickinson has the reverse arm bar on with the crossbody. And ref's going to stop him and say, you know what, you can't do anything from here. This is essentially a stalemate. So he's going to stop him, bring him back to the center. Brandon will be on the bottom. He is behind by 1 point with 1 minute left in the match. So Brandon really has to do something here. Dickinson takes his place on top, covers the navel, and Brandon immediately goes to his feet, trying to get that 1 point escape. Dickinson lifts him, tries to throw him down. Can't do it. Mora stays his feet. Brandon is trying to get away, but Dickinson's going to take him right back down. Mora really expending a lot of energy and not able to get this 1 point escape as the time ticks down to 40 seconds. Brandon going to his feet again. They're going to end up going out of bounds with a lot of wasted energy and no points scored. So Brandon did all that work to get to his feet, ends up going out of bounds before he can score any points. So, if you're going to spend the energy, you got to get the points for it. Ref stops him, brings him back to the center. Brandon on the bottom, Dickinson on top, and there you have it again. You don't see that very often. This time, he's saying Dickinson is not covering the elbow. And this ref doing a good job with this, making sure we cover the navel and cover the elbow. Brandon going to his feet, 30 seconds left. Got to get the 1 point escape, and does. So now we have a tie wrestling match with 24 seconds left. Brandon Mora, Dickinson. Brandon shoots in for the single, has the leg, trying to do the lift. Dickinson does a good job of keeping his body back there. 12 seconds left, no points scored. Dickinson still keeping a hold of that leg. Brandon's got to clear his head. He's got to get the 2 points. He's got to get around behind him. He's got to break the grip. He does not have it. And the ref's going to say it's a tie match. Brandon, you've spent a lot of energy, and you're a half a second away from scoring points. You've done it 3 or 4 times. We need you to, if you're going to spend the energy, you got to get the points. You got to finish it. So here we go into sudden death. 1 minute left, tied at 3. Both wrestlers neutral, both wrestlers on their feet. 45 seconds left. Brandon shoots in for the single, pulls this, goes to a double, has to clear his head. Once again, this is the same exact match that we had at the start. Now Brandon almost gets the takedown, but he's got to clear the leg. Ref's going to say, nope, we don't have control. If Brandon loses that leg, he's not going to have a 2 point. He's going to lose the match. Both of these wrestlers really kind of in a stalemate. Both of them have legs. Neither has control. They are still neutral. Believe it or not, all Dickinson has to do is clear that ankle, and it's 2 points, and this match is over. Ref's going to stop him and say it's a stalemate. 10 seconds left. He's going to bring him back to the center of the match. And that's really the best thing that the ref could have done here. neither of these wrestlers could do anything with the moves they had, so they start them neutral. And 10 seconds is going to come off. Both wrestlers in here. One of them's got to do something. And Brandon shoots, doesn't get anything. 2 seconds left, still on their feet. And that's going to end the overtime match. Both wrestlers still tied. Red choice. He's probably going to choose down. He's not. He's going to choose top. Brandon is going to choose down, or going to be stuck down. All he's got to do is get that 1-point escape. All Dickinson has to do is turn him on his back to get near fall. And the match is over. They start this 5th round with 30 seconds on the clock. Brandon goes to his feet. Got to break the grip. Dickinson takes him back down, follows around behind him, shoots a half. Trying to get the arm threaded. He's just got to walk it around. Gets the single arm bar. Brandon trying to get to his feet. Dickinson with the single arm bar, 10 seconds left. Brandon has to get the 1-point escape. Dickinson still pulling him around, following him around, not allowing him to get it. Dickinson has the tight waist, and that time is going to run out, still at a tie match. Once again, Brandon spending a lot of energy without finishing the points. We're going to go start the 6th round, tied at 3. Dickinson now on the bottom, Brandon on top. Brandon has a tough job right now because all Dickinson has to do is get away. Dickinson on the bottom, Brandon on top. Ref's going to blow his whistle. I expected Dickinson to go to his feet. He didn't. Brandon has the tight waist. He has the elbow. Getting a little bit out of position. He needs to stay behind him. Dickinson now going to his feet. Brandon has to do a throw. He cannot lose that grip. If he loses the grip, match is over. Dickinson trying to get away. Can't do it. Mora takes him back down, gets around on the side of him, gets those legs flipped over, and now he could score on the near fall points, but he doesn't do it in time. Half a second away from scoring on the near fall points. We've watched Brandon through 6 rounds get 95% of the way through and not finish with the points. They are going to start the 7th round. Dickinson on the bottom, Mora on top. Dickinson from Pleasant Grove, Mora from South Summit, and this has gone to a 7-round overtime. Keep in mind, a normal wrestling match is 3 rounds. Ref's going to stop him again, warning them the elbow has to be covered, the navel has to be covered. It would be a shame to have a 7-round match end on a technicality. Dickinson going to his feet. If he can break the hands, the match is his. Brandon trying to hang on, keeps a hold of the legs, trying to take him back down. Dickinson trying to get away. And all Brandon's got to do is get the 2-point. And if Dickinson gets away, he's going to lose it. He's going to win the match. Mora trying to hang on. 8 seconds left. Ref's going to stop him for stalling. He's going to bring Dickinson back. There's 7 seconds left on the clock. Dickinson is on the bottom. Mora is on top. Mora is completely winded. Score still tied at 3. Mora on top, tries with the tight waist. Dickinson goes to his feet, tries to do a mule kick, and gets it. He's going to get the 2 points, and that's going to be it. Ref's going to say no, he did not get the points. I think this is going to come back. He's going to have the points. He had the reversal. Did we talk about the 1 point coming into play in the 2nd round when Mora let him up for that 1-point escape? That was the biggest point of the wrestling match. And the ref's now going to say, nope, the points weren't scored. So Pleasant Grove coach is going to come over and say, nope, those points were scored. I kind of agree with the Pleasant Grove coach. Those points were scored. He had his head cleared. He was on top. I believe that this match should be over. But I'm not the referee, so my opinion doesn't matter. And neither does the Pleasant Grove coach, and neither does the South Summit coach. So only one that counts is the ref. he must have saw something that we didn't see. Either a hand wasn't cleared, a leg wasn't cleared, but and if he didn't have the leg cleared, then it wasn't a escape. It wasn't a reversal, and we couldn't see the leg from where we were at. So Dickinson, Pleasant Grove, Mora, South Summit. They're going to award the match to Mora. I'm not sure why or how. I'm not sure what happened, but they are going to award the match to Mora. So that'll be that. We are going to go to 144 pounds. Rodriguez from South Summit, Lloyd from Wasatch. Both of these wrestlers have excellent wrestlers coming in. They are the 1 and 2 seeds. Actually, Lloyd came in way down on a different seed, so Rodriguez is the number 1 seed. Bryson Lloyd is down in like 7th or 8th place. So should be still an interesting match as Rodriguez shoots in, tries to get the 2-point takedown. Lloyd on top, still no control. Now Rodriguez gets the 2 points. Once he cleared the head, he has the 2-point takedown.
Jason is the son of Hadi Speth and Lucio Rodriguez.
Lloyd goes to his feet, trying to get away. Rodriguez still has a hold of the arm, has his hand around the back. That maintains control, so there's still no points scored. It looks like they're on their feet, but now they're going to give the 1-point escape. It's all in the placement of the hands and feet, and that's the one thing we couldn't see with Mora. We did not see where that leg was. So I don't know who and what decided that match. The scoreboard showed 3-3 after 7 rounds. So I'll have to get back to you on what determines that win. Rodriguez goes in there, gets both kind of in a bear hug, tries to do a lift, can't do it. Lloyd drops down for a shoot, tries to get a double leg. They end up going out of bounds. Ref's going to stop him and bring him back. Score is 2-1 with 30 seconds left in the first round. Ref starts him out neutral. Both wrestlers still neutral with 20 seconds left. And that's how the first round is going to end. Score is 2-1. Rodriguez from South Summit, Lloyd from Wasatch. Lloyd wins the toss. He's going to start the second round down. Ref's going to tell him to hold his place. You can see the 2 white lines on the mat. Knees go on the first line, hands go on the second line on the down position. The wrestler on top doesn't care which side, doesn't matter which side. One hand goes on the navel, one hand goes on the elbow, and at that point the ref will start the round. Lloyd trying to get to his feet, gets up to his feet on his hands. Rodriguez trying to break him down, has a tight waist, working the upper body. Still not scoring any points. Rodriguez tries a couple of things. He looked at the cradle for a minute. Lloyd still kind of up on his hands and on his knees and elbows. Rodriguez getting a little bit out of shape, but not too bad. He stays behind him. I always get a little nervous when he's over to the side, but Lloyd is a little taller, so he kind of has to. Rodriguez goes to a preliminary cradle. That's probably going to end up costing him. You cannot go to the cradle unless you're ready to go to the cradle. And Lloyd is going to get the 1-point escape and tie this match up. Mistake there by Rodriguez. Both wrestlers neutral. Lloyd shoots in for a fireman's, can't get it. Rodriguez shoots in for a single, has the leg, pulls it up, can't get it either. Lloyd is able to get his arms down in there, break that grip. Both wrestlers still neutral with 40 seconds left. We're going to break, come back towards the center of the mat. Still neutral, still standing. 16 seconds left, tied at 2 in the second period. Lloyd shoots, gets the single, has the leg. Rodriguez trying to maintain control so that he doesn't score the 2 points as time runs out. No points scored. Match is tied at 2. They'll start the third period.
Going into the third period, the score is tied 2-2.
Rodriguez is down. Lloyd is on top. And that's how they start the third period, tied at 2. Rodriguez immediately goes to his feet, gets the 1-point escape. Both wrestlers neutral on their feet. Lloyd working those arms. Rodriguez kind of tempting him with that leg. Rodriguez from South Summit, Lloyd from Wasatch. And Rodriguez just kind of rolled Lloyd into a wraparound there. He kind of pulled him down on the mat and just kind of snuck around behind him. Scored 2 points as they went out of bounds. Score's going to be 5-2. Ref's going to stop him, bring him back to the center. Lloyd takes his place on the bottom. Rodriguez on top. Oh, and there I have never seen so many false starts. And that was Rodriguez. Rodriguez went with the tight waist prior to the ref blowing the whistle. Both of those guys anticipated it. So Lloyd on the bottom, Rodriguez on top, covers the navel, covers the elbow. Now the ref blows the whistle. Lloyd tries to roll out from under. Rodriguez stays right round behind him. Rodriguez keeping that tight waist. A little bit high on the body. You'd like to see him stay around behind him and keep that weight on him. Lloyd now going to his feet with 56 seconds left. Rodriguez trying to keep him, and they're going to go almost out of bounds, and Lloyd tries to shoot back in. No points scored yet. Rodriguez still maintains control, but the ref's going to stop him as they go out of bounds, give the 1-point escape to Lloyd. Score's now going to be 5-3 with 46 seconds left. Ref brings him back to the center, starts him neutral. On their feet. 40 seconds left. 2-point lead for Rodriguez. Both wrestlers still neutral. Clock ticks down to 24 seconds. Rodriguez tries to do a head chuck. Lloyd shoots in. They end up going out of bounds before any points are scored. Ref will stop him and bring him back. They'll start on their feet. Oh, nice head chuck there by Rodriguez, but he didn't follow through with it and go around behind him. He did the chuck. Lloyd fell for it. And Rodriguez, I think it kind of surprised Rodriguez as well. Lloyd goes for a headlock. Misses. Rodriguez gets behind him, scores an additional 2. Match is going to end at 7-3. Rodriguez.
144-pound classification from South Summit High School, Jason Rodriguez.
Okay, this next round is 150-pound weight class. We're going to watch Nelson from Bear River, Hanson from Wasatch. The South Summit wrestler in this class was Jason Williams. Jason had to bye the first round, won the second round, lost the third round, ended up going for third and fourth. He ended up winning that match against Lazari from Logan. And we're going to tune out a little while we watch Bear River and Wasatch in the 150-pound weight class. As soon as we come back, we're going to have Ben Smith on South Summit wrestling Lazari from Logan at 157-pound weight class. So we'll be right back with that one.
Henry is the son of Vernon and Hallie. He loves to wrestle because everything in life is easier. He loves to ride horses, shoot, and build things. Jeremy is the son of Jason and Lindsay Nelson. He wrestles because he loves the sport. And your winner at 150 pounds, Henry Hansen from Wasatch. Now wrestling at 157 pounds from Logan High School, Ryan Lazari. And from South Summit High School, Benjamin Smith.
Okay, that was a quick match at the 150-pound weight class. We're now going to go to 157-pound weight class with Ben Smith from South Summit and Ryan Lazari from Logan. Both of these wrestlers, excellent wrestlers. Amazing records from both of them. Ben immediately gets a 2-point takedown. First 10 seconds, working the leg, working the side, gets in a crossbody ride, has the leg looped. He has the leg, he has the other leg. Trying to get him around onto his back. He now goes to a cradle. He's not going to be able to pin him with this cradle because he doesn't have the shoulder cleared, but he does have the hand and the arm. He will score some near point. The ref's going to say nope, he did not break the plane before he got back to his stomach. So score's still going to be 2-0, Ben Smith. Ben working that upper body, he keeps on the legs, he goes back for the cradle. Now he has the shoulder cleared. If he can just get him over on his back, he'll pin him with this one. Lazari doing a good job of not letting Ben roll him over. Ben's going to walk out underneath him and flip him over. Nope, Ben gets a little bit out of shape. Let's go for a minute. Lazari moves. Ben grabs the cradle again, but they end up going out of bounds with Ben had Lazari on his back. No point scored. Still 2-0. 50 seconds left in the first round. Lazari immediately goes to his feet. Ben puts on a tight waist, puts him back down. Lazari goes to his feet again. Ben working the leg. He has the leg looped.
Ryan is the son of Estella Abelos and Nestor Omar.
Ben tries to throw him down on his back. Gets a little bit out of position, but he still has that arm. And Ben gets him on his back again. Now the ref's going to give him 2 points near fall. They were out of bounds, but ref said he had him on his back before he went out of bounds, so 2-point near fall. Score is going to be 4-0. Ref brings him back to the center. Lazari on the bottom, Ben Smith on top. Lazari tries to go to his feet. Ben tight waist, chops the elbow, takes him back down flat. Works the reverse arm bar. Has the arm looped. Just needs to get the other arm and walk it around in 16 seconds. He has the half Nelson. Walking around the other direction. Gets the half, comes back on this side. He's going to put him down on his back, and he's going to pin him with 5 seconds left. Ref down, taking a look. Can't quite get it when time runs out. He will score another 3-point near fall. That's going to put the match at 7-0 as we start the second period. Scoreboard says 4-0. Should say 7-0. So Ben won the toss. He's going to start neutral. Ref's going to say, hey, scoreboard, we need to have an update. There we go, 7-0. Red chose neutral. So Lazari chose neutral. So that's how they start. Lazari immediately shoots in, has the double. Drops to a single. Ben working towards that cradle again. He has the leg. You see him with his leg. Ben used his leg to pull the Lazari's leg up. Now he has a reverse cradle. He has him on his back. Ref down, taking a look. And that will do it. Ben Smith in 15 seconds in the second round pins Lazario from Logan. So Ben Smith with the big win there. And we are going to go to 165-pound weight class. Boger, Riggin Boger from South Summit, wrestling for Teague for Bear River. Riggin Boger. And Riggin immediately gets after it. They end up running into the announcer stand. Brings him back. Ref stops him, brings him back to the center. Riggin, a super aggressive wrestler. Everything we watch about Riggin is to the max. He's he is extremely strong, extremely quick, extremely aggressive. If you're wrestling Riggin, you probably better have ate your Wheaties this morning. Riggin, ref brings him back to the center, ties him up. Riggin shoots for a fireman's. He has the arm. Perfect fireman. Lays him out on his back. Gets around behind him, working the reverse armbar. Has the legs. Has the arm. 1:28 left. Score is 4-1. Riggin now going to a cradle. Has the shoulder cleared. If he can get him on his back, he'll pin him. Ref down taking a look, and I'll tell you what, that is a tight cradle. And I don't care what Ferrick does from this point on. This match, oh, never mind. Missed that one. Fertig was able to get loose and get back to his stomach. We're going to have a blood timeout. Riggin's going to come over, take care of it himself.
Just a reminder to the head coaches, please come get your outstanding wrestler ballots.
1:05 left in the first period. Score is 7-1. Riggin Boger and Vincent Fertig. Vincent Fertig has a record of 22-9, so he's no slouch. Riggin Boger, 42-2.
So stick around. We're going to bring out the podium and honor the wrestlers and their hard work.
Okay, so they're going to go 1 minute. The ref says you're neutral. 7-1. Riggin really aggressive with that head. Does a head chuck. Puts him down. Gets around behind him. Scores another 2. Puts on a tight waist. A little bit out of position, but he gets around behind him now. Drops the tight waist. Goes to the arms. Now he's going to put Fertig on his back again. The ref's going to say, nope, no point scored. Didn't hold him there long enough. He did break the plane, but he didn't hold him long enough. Riggin now going to that cradle. And I'll tell you, once Riggin has you in a cradle, your days are limited. But I'll tell you, Fertig has broke this cradle 3 times. I've never seen anybody break this cradle that many times. And Riggin Boger is just really good at sucking that leg and that arm up. I don't know how Fertig's getting out of it. Riggin getting a little bit out of position, and Fertig thought he could get an escape there. Boger's going to bring him back, lift him, and put him on the mat. Doesn't quite clear him, so a lot of Fertig's weight landed on Boger. Boger with the tight waist. As time runs out in the second period, score is 11-2. Boger is going to win the second round. He is going to choose down. Riggin Boger will be on the bottom. You see the white lines, knees on one, hands on the other. You see the red and the green lines. Those correspond with the bands on the wrestler's ankles. They also correspond with bands around the referee's wrists. When they start the match, the red band on the red ankle of the visitor will be on the red line. The green band of the home wrestler will be on the green line. The ref uses the bands to determine score. As you see, the ref hold the 2 points up with the green wristband. That's 2 points for Riggin Barrow, 13-2. Riggin working that upper body, kind of gets out of shape on the back end. Working that chicken wing. He has the chicken wing behind. He sucks it up with a hard cross face. I do not want to wrestle Riggin Boger. The ref's going to give him 2 points on the near fall. That's going to put the score at 15-2. Riggin still with that same chicken wing. And the reason the ref hasn't given him the 2 points is because Riggin is still using the same hold.
He loves wrestling because it's a rewarding sport.
Now the ref's going to give him the 2 point near fall. That'll put the score at 15-2. Riggin did use the same hold twice. That's why he only got scored once. Score should be 15-2. There it goes. 50 seconds left in the second period. Riggin working that chicken wing again. He has the arm, working the shoulder. Oh, hard crossface.
Riggin is the son of Brooke and Jeremiah.
Still has the legs.
He loves golfing, fishing, and hunting.
Walking that double arm bar around. And Fertig has got to be getting tired. I mean, Riggin has worked him over. Score is 15-2, 23 seconds left. Ref down, taking a look. Riggin sucking it up. He's going to score another 3 points on the near fall, which is going to put him at 18-2. And that is going to be a major decision. And that's a technical decision. And Riggin Boger, he's going to go shake the hands, and another fine wrestling match there by Riggin, who scores the points. And that's what you need to do when you wrestle. You need to know how to score points. And Riggin does that. Next wrestling match, 175-pound weight class. Riker Woodward from South Summit wrestling Gilman from Pleasant Grove. Gilman, the number, looks like about the number 5 seed with a 3-0 record. Riker comes in here at the number 2 seed with a 33-7. So I'm guessing this is going to be a quick match. Ref's going to start him out neutral. As I told you before, green ankle band on the green tape. Ref has his green wristband. Riker gets behind him, does a little head shuck, trying to get the lift. He's going to take him down for 2 points. Before they go out of bounds, ref taking a look. He gives him the 2 now. They are on the out of bounds here at our far right. Riker going to try to drag him back in. Shoots a half from a 3-point stance. Kind of catches him off guard and ends up on his back for a minute. Gilman gets him on his back for a minute. And Gilman gets him on his back for a minute, and kind of a big mistake there by Riker as he loses control for a minute and ends up on his back as they go out of bounds. No points were scored. They didn't even give him the reversal. So Gilman from Pleasant Grove, he's still going to have his 0 on his side, and Riker still has his 2-point takedown. Riker ended up having a blood timeout, so he's going to come over to the side. He's going to pop his nose, put a plug in. Ref's going to bring him back. Gilman's going to take the bottom. Riker's going to be on top. Gilman immediately goes to his feet. Riker keeps a hold of that elbow, brings him right back down, puts Gilman on his back. The ref takes a look, not going to score him points, say he didn't have him long enough. Riker doing a good job keeping his weight back there in check, keeping the legs tied up, works the upper body, kind of working towards that cradle. Gilman gets to his hands and knees, and Riker very wisely drops the cradle. Goes to a cross-body ride, gets a little bit out of shape. Now he drops to the other side on a cradle. Puts Gilman on his back for a minute, and not enough to score the points. Gilman trying to get away, goes to his feet. Riker almost gets the lift. Ref's going to stop him and say, nope, we're out of bounds. Come back to the center. And you've seen a lot of wrestling going on with 50 seconds left in the first round. The score is still 2-0. Riker is 2-0. Gilman immediately does a set out, comes around, grabs the leg. He's going to get a 2-point reversal here as soon as he clears that hand. Riker keeping a hold of the hand, dangerously close on his back. Gilman now gets the 2 points. We're tied at 2. Riker on his hands and knees on the bottom. Riker trying to do a set out. Gilman laces the leg, doesn't let him do it. Riker in a 3-point. Gilman working the top. Riker does a set out. Tries to go left, comes back, goes right. Gilman follows him around. Riker still on the bottom, Gilman on top. Riker in a 4-point. Gilman trying to break him down. 13 seconds left on the clock. Gilman now trying to work towards the cradle. 7 seconds left, score tied at 2. Gilman almost gets Riker on his back for a minute, but he doesn't break the plane, and that's how the first period is going to come to an end, tied at 2. Riker is going to win the toss. He's going to defer. Gilman is going to choose down to start the second period. So Gilman takes his place, hands on the white stripe, knees on the right stripe. Riker covers the arm, the navel. Ref's going to start him out. Riker gets a little bit high. Gilman goes to his feet, trying to break that grip. Riker's going to do a lift. Instead goes to an ankle trip, takes Gilman right back down. They get close to the out of bounds. Riker still riding a little bit high. Want to see him get back, get behind him, get Gilman broke down, and then start working towards the cradle. If you're going to ride that high, you got to get the leg looped and get that crossbody ride. That's what allowed Gilman to almost get out, and Gilman does. You're going to want to watch this replay. Gilman gets a 1-point escape, takes a 1-point lead over Riker Woodward. Gilman now shoots in for the single. gets the leg. Riker does a great lift. Cannot break the grip of Gilman, though, and Riker has Gilman's leg. Gilman has Riker's leg. No points scored until now, and Gilman is going to get a 2-point takedown. Riker's behind by a score of 5-2 with 1 minute left in the second period. Riker working to his hands and knees. I'm looking at Gilman's record. Gilman must have been injured most of the year because Gilman came in here seated way down with a record of 3-0. So Gilman's only been back shortly. So it doesn't say a lot about Gilman. So I'm guessing he's been injured or he's been on a JV team. Finally broke his way into varsity. So tough match here with 30 seconds left in the second period. Score is 5-2. They end up going out of bounds. The ref's going to bring him back to the center. Riker is on the bottom, Gilman on top. Riker does a set out. Gilman sucks him right back in, keeps a hold of the arm, keeps a hold of the leg or the shoulder. Riker sets to the left, sets to the right, can't do either one. Now Gilman puts Riker on his back. Ref's taking a look. Riker gets back to his stomach before any points are scored. Gilman now has a chicken wing. Riker on his hands and knees. Chicken wing is a dangerous move. You can dislocate his shoulder with that. Time runs out in the second period. Riker's behind by 3 points. Riker now has his option. He's going to choose to start neutral. So now you see the leg bands, you see the tape on the mat, you see the ref's wristbands. So they start the third period neutral. Riker 2 points, Gilman 5 points. Riker shoots in for the single, can't get it. Keeps the leg, or keeps the arm, breaks out, comes back to the center. 30 seconds gone. Both wrestlers still neutral. Riker tries to do a throw. He has the reverse arm, but he didn't get it deep enough. Gilman now goes to a cradle, gets a 2-point takedown. 7-2 for Gilman. 1 minute left. A lot of time for Riker to make up. Gilman still working that high body, staying up high. Hoping Riker can take advantage of that. Gilman is a little bit out of shape. Gilman tries to go to a half Nelson from a 4-point. That ain't going to work. Riker sets out, tries to go left. Can't do that. Gilman follows him around. Ref's going to say we're too close out of bounds. Let's get back. 47 seconds left. 7-2 for Gilman over Riker Bowen. Riker Woodward. Riker takes his place on the bottom. Gilman on top. Riker tries to do a reverse, has the leg. 41 seconds left. Gilman keeps a hold of the leg. Riker gets his leg. Gilman working for a reverse cradle. Riker pulling in. 28 seconds left. Ref's going to stop him for a stalemate. That'll put Riker on the bottom again. Gilman on top. 24 seconds left. 5-point match. Riker's got to make some points happen fast. Ref's going to stop him and give him a warning, saying that Gilman is not covering the elbow. And that's how they'll start with 23 seconds left. It's a 5-point match. Riker's got to make up some points. Does a set out, tries to go right. Gilman follows him around, goes to his hands and knees, tries to do a mule kick. Gilman follows him around. 11 seconds left. And that's how it's going to end. Riker not able to make up that deficit through 3 full rounds. He's going to lose this one. That'll put him in second place, but I'm looking at this record. Gilman only has a 3-0, but after watching him wrestle, there's a reason that says 3-0. He's been on an injured list, or he's been doing something different. Gilman hasn't lost anything yet. And he didn't lose any matches here either. So
Banyata.
We are going to watch Kossoff from Bear River and Banyata from Timpview. That is going to do it except for the heavyweight match. We're going to come back with Boger. In Tragan Boger is going to be our last wrestler. We're going to watch 2 wrestling matches from Kossoff from Bear River and Banyala from Timpview. Then we're going to watch Dixon from Summit Academy wrestling Anderson from Bear River. And then we'll be at Boger. So we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
Boyd is the son of Kyle and Misty. He loves to wrestle because he learns how to push himself. His hobbies include playing the guitar, rodeo, Eli is the son of Barbara and Joe. He wrestles to have fun. He loves hanging out with his friends.
A couple of good matches there we watched from some of the other schools. You can kind of see what kind of quality of wrestlers we've had this weekend here at the High Country Classic. This has been a big tournament, a good tournament. A lot of good schools. Okay, Tragan Boger is going to be wrestling. Oh, man, I'm not even going to get his name out before Tragan pins him. He has him down on the mat. He's taking a look, and Tragan Boger is going to pin Colton from Wasatch. Colton cut back to his stomach, but Tragan had him on his back. Scores already 5-0. Tragan has him on his back again. Ref down, taking a look, and that's going to be it. Just that fast. I was looking at the paper over while we were waiting for Traven, and I almost didn't even get the time to announce the names before that match was over. Traven Boger, he wins his spot there at the heavyweight class. Okay, so I know that we are now done with the actual wrestling matches. They are going to bring the podium out and do some awards. I think we're going to stay live and do those because I know there's a lot of people at home that want to see how this played out. So we're going to stay on, stay with you, and we're going to do this. They are going to start out with the ladies wrestling. I have to look at my phone to go to where that finished up at. It's on track wrestling. And if you look at the team scores, they haven't updated the team scores yet on track wrestling, so we're going to hear them live. And it looks like if I go down here to this bracket, looks like Bushel from South Summit Girls is going to be in the first pound weight class. We're going to wait till they make that announcement though. And we're going to watch these. They're bringing the podiums out now. It's been a long day of wrestling. A lot of good matches. Looks like we're going to roll up the mats.
We're going to start out at the 175-pound classification for the boys. Boys at 175, please make your way down to the podium.
We're going to start at 175-pound weight class from the boys.
Alrighty, at 175 pounds, in sixth place we have Dylan Bowman from Timpanogos.
Sixth place, Dylan Bowman from Timpanogos. Jared Jones from Bear River.
Summit Academy, Bronson
Dixon from Summit Academy.
Bear River High School, Skylar Yates.
Yates
at
fourth.
From South Summit High School, Riker
Woodward will end up in the second place in the 175-pound weight class. That was a tough match. We just watched that a few minutes ago. So Riker Woodward, he'll end up with the second place finish at 175 pounds.
Once again, coaches, we need your outstanding wrestler sheets immediately. If you'll report down to the green table on the east end of the gymnasium.
Doing the outstanding wrestler. They're going to do the outstanding wrestler. I actually got that title in 1984.
106 pounds.
That tells you where I'm at.
In sixth place,
shared it with Jason Avery.
From Bear River.
Okay, at 165 pounds.
Brandon Forstead. From Logan High School, fourth place. Keenan Bartlett.
Yep, we're doing a different weight class.
High School, in third place, Derek Harrison. In second place from South Summit High School, Rylan Teeples.
Okay, they did 106 pounds. Teeples was our second place finish here.
Farrell Berman from Wasatch High School.
Thank you, wrestlers. At 113-pound classification.
113 pounds.
From Park City, Logan Fulton.
Fifth place is Park City from Fulton.
Oliver Benson. In fourth,
Benson from Pleasant Grove.
Nathan Rupp from Bear River.
Rupp from Bear River in fourth place.
Ryder
Christensen
Christensen.
from Wasatch in third.
Logan, Peyton Red.
Red from Logan will be second.
113 pounds from South Summit, Bryce Bowler.
Bryce Pulver is your winner at this weight class, 113 pounds. Bryce is a freshman, so we expect a lot of big things coming from him over the next few years.
In the 120-pound classification, sixth place, Caden Helm from Logan High School.
120
Fifth
pounds.
place, William
Keegan Helm
Pierce
from Logan at sixth.
School.
Pierce from Morgan High
From
School.
South Summit High School, Gage Prescott.
Third,
Place,
fourth place will be
from
Gage
Timpanogos
Prescott
High
from
School,
South Summit at
Henry
120 pounds.
Your runner-up from Pleasant
Spackman
Grove High
from
School,
Timpanogos at
Mark
third.
Bowen. And your high
Bowen
country
from
classic
Pleasant Grove will be
champion
second.
From Bear River High School, Daxton Bingham.
Bingham from Bear River will win this weight class.
Thank you, wrestlers. In the 126-pound classification, in
126.
sixth place from Pleasant Grove, Ethan Castillo.
Sixth place will be Castillo from Pleasant Grove.
In fourth place from
Fifth
Bear
place will
River,
be Cernyar from Wasatch. Fourth place will be Deacon from Bear River.
Harvey of Timpanogos.
Harvey from Timpanogos will be third place.
Smith.
Second place will be Keaton Smith from Bear River.
From South Summit, Zane Winter.
Zane Winter is your first place finisher at 126 pounds.
Thank you, wrestlers. Now, in the 132-pound classification from Bear River High School, Tazen Gonzalez in sixth place.
At
In fifth
132
place from Logan
pounds.
High School, Gabe
Gonzalez from Bear
Craner.
River is in sixth.
In
Craner
fourth
from
place
Logan is
Wasatch,
fifth.
Jonah Ware.
Fourth place is
In third
Wasatch
place
from
Pleasant
Ware.
Grove
Davis
High
from
School,
Pleasant Grove will be
Jake
third.
Davis. Second place
Lewis
from Timpanogos High School.
From
Stratton
Timpanogos
Lewis.
will be second,
And your
and
high
Miller
country
from Bear River will be
classic
first.
champion, hailing from Bear River High School, Max Miller.
Thank you, wrestlers. In the 138-pound classification, in sixth place from Pleasant Grove, McCade Wallace. Fifth place from
At 138, sixth place from Pleasant Grove is McCade Wallace. Red from Logan. Kohler in fourth from Wasatch. Brown from Wasatch.
Second place from Pleasant Grove, Isaac Dickinson.
At second place, Pleasant Grove was Dickinson, and 138 pounds was Brandon Mora. Which was, that match went 7 rounds.
Thank you, wrestlers. Now in the 144-pound classification, in 6th place from South Summit High School, Briggs Metcalf.
At 144 pounds, we had Metcalf from South Summit in 6th, George from Wasatch in 5th,
James
Litchford from Park City in 4th, Jurgens from Timpanogos in 3rd.
Your runner-up from Wasatch High School, Bryson Lloyd.
Lloyd took 2nd.
And your High Country Classic champion, representing South Summit High School, Jason Rodriguez.
Jason Rodriguez in 1st.
Thank you, wrestlers. In the 150-pound classification, in 6th place from Park City, Prosper Gross. In 5th place from Wasatch, Kenneth Christian.